Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday. And of course, every Tuesday we take a look at the performance of the NZSX50 and just see how it's gone over the past week. Just that normal housekeeping that this is for educational purposes only, certainly not intended to be personalised financial advice. If you're looking for that, you do need to go and have a chat to your own financial advisor. But before I jump across, one thing I just wanted to run past you all is, would you be interested if I was to run a small session, very, very elementary, on learning to invest? Happy to do it. I've been doing some of these sessions of recent times for the Retirement Commission and businesses. So if there's some interest, I'm certainly more than happy to run some of these sessions. Like I said, it's an elementary session, but I'm certainly happy to do some of these for you as an individual person, but we can do it as a group or we can do one-on-one. Come back to me with your feedback and then we can see if there's any interest, and if so, then we can look at doing something. So I'd love to hear from you. Right, let's take a look at the NZSX50 for the week. Okay, as you can see here, I have got the main board. So just the main top 50 companies trading on the New Zealand Stock Exchange, and you can actually invest into the NZSX50 as an ETF, an exchange traded fund, and there are a couple of different ticker codes that you can use for that. If you just look up smart shares, they have got them available there. Now we're just going to have a look at the main board just to see how obviously the market has been performing over the past week. So I've got the 5-year chart up here and it shows the performance on a weekly basis. This red candle here that you can see to the very, very right, that is where the market opened yesterday. So it obviously opened higher than where it closed. So we've had a down day yesterday. Going back just that single day, we've got pretty much a hammer. If you know the terms for a lot of the candle structures, we've got a hammer there, which can usually be an indicating sign that markets could potentially rally further, but you just never know. Now, what is interesting is the week before, so we're talking the week beginning the 17th of February, I'll just zoom back in again, you can see that we had a down week. And the market closed at that time at around 12,700. Now we've got a gap, so for last week. And so the market actually opened at about 12,500 and it ended up closing last week just a little bit higher than that at about around 12,600. If you look at that candle, you can see there is quite a long tail, okay, at the bottom. So that means there was actually a lot of buying pressure. So that tail on the candle, for those that are unaware, that shows where the low for the day. So the low for that, or for that week, so the low for that week was actually about 12,300. And then the bulls came in and they drove the price back up. And like I just said, it closed at around 12,600, which can be a good sign. The thing that I'm a little bit unsure about, if you like, is the fact that we've had this gap. And what I mean there is when a market opens below where it closed the previous day, so there was a lot of trading at the close of market from one week and before the open of the market last week. Now that when it gaps down like that, that potentially can be a negative warning sign. It doesn't always pan out, but it is something to take note. I've already checked the volatility to see how much volatility is in our market, which is simply this ATR divided by the current price of the share. And there's just under 1.6% volatility, so not a huge amount of movement, which is a good thing. Now, what's happening in New Zealand market could be what is driving the US. For those people that do watch the US market, you'll know that there has been a lot of whipsawing. So prices are going up, that's turning and just coming back ever so quick. There is just so much volatility in the US market, and a lot of that is the market is having nervousness around the potential impact of the tariffs that the Trump election, or the Trump presidency campaign, and that is potentially threatening or even going to implement on a lot of the other countries. And of course, it is affecting a lot of those shares. Now, whilst our shares don't necessarily have direct exposure to that sort of thing, that nervousness can sometimes creep into our market as well. What we haven't seen in our market is the really big, strong run that we have seen in the likes of the S&P 500 over in the States. We haven't really seen that. If I just scroll back out, you can see that our market has been trending up, but it hasn't been in the same force or velocity that we've actually seen in the States. And when you look at our screen here from basically a bird's eye view, you can see that we're potentially in a bit of a trading range. And it looks like the low points here are around that 12,100, 12,200, up to a high of about sort of 13,200. So we've got, if you like, $1,000 or $1,000, 1,000 points, however you want to refer to it, potential swing in our market. So that's something that we have to keep an eye on. Now let's put the indicators on. Let's put the 30 period moving average. So I like to use the 30 exponential. And you can see here that our market has closed last week below that 30-week moving average. For me now, that is an immediate red flag. It means I do not want to look at entering any new long positions if the market is trading below that moving average. The reason for that is because potentially when markets are below a moving average, it could be an indicator for further downward pressure. I'm not saying that that is going to happen, but for me, let's sit on the sidelines and just see what's going to happen. And you can see with this red candle that this is the start of this week, and I'm recording this on Tuesday morning, that we've already had a little bit of a down day for Monday, the 3rd of March. So that is one thing that I'm certainly keeping an eye out. If I go over to the 1 year, and you can see that's really confirmed it. There is just a lot of whipsawing in our market as well. But you can see here that for the last couple of weeks, even on a daily basis, our market has been trading under that 30-week moving average. Now, that's not saying I'm exiting any positions that I've got. I'm using my stop losses, maintaining those stops, increasing them if the individual shares are increasing, but I'm reliant on my stop losses to actually get me out of the market. And that then protects my capital, but it also means that if there is an individual share that is going to keep running, which happens for those of you that follow my share trading signal service, you will see that I have been able to increase the stop losses on some shares last week, which is great. It just means I'm not looking to enter into any new positions. So that's where I'm at the moment, protecting my capital by ensuring I've got stop losses in place, and just until this market settles down and starts trading above that 30 period exponential moving average, then I'm just sitting on the sidelines and just waiting to see what is going to happen. So I hope that has helped. And remember, come back on Thursday and we're going to take a look at Infratel, but really keen to get your feedback. So if you are looking and want to learn a bit more about investing, let me know in the comments or direct message me. I do respond to every single one, and let me know specifically what you're looking for, and we'll look to perhaps run one of these and hopefully get you started in your own journey. So look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.